Stop! Before you make any big life decisions, you need to hear this. Every single day, more and more people are leaving New Zealand. And no, we're not talking about a few hundred, we're talking about thousands packing their bags and saying goodbye. Why is this happening? What's making life so difficult in a country that was once considered a dream destination? Stick around, because we're about to break it all down, and trust me, some of these reasons will shock you. And hey, if you want to stay updated on the biggest global trends, smash that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. Imagine walking into your local supermarket, expecting to buy the essentials for your family, only to be met with skyrocketing prices. A simple grocery bill that used to be $150 a week now easily exceeds $250. Basic necessities like fresh produce, dairy, and meat have become luxuries. New Zealand's inflation rate hit 6.7% in 2023, one of the highest in recent years. Rent, fuel, and electricity costs are draining household budgets. With wages failing to keep up, many families feel squeezed out of the life they once dreamed of. What many people don't realize is that import dependency plays a huge role. A significant portion of New Zealand's food and consumer goods are imported, making them vulnerable to global supply chain issues and currency fluctuations. Even local produce is affected due to high farming costs, labor shortages, and extreme weather conditions disrupting supply. And that brings us to another major issue. Before we dive into it, take a second to hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people who need to hear this. For decades, immigrants and locals alike came to New Zealand with the hope of homeownership. But today, that dream is fading fast. The median house price in Auckland is over $1 million, making homeownership an impossible goal for many. Renting isn't much better. Prices have surged by 30% in the past 5 years. A lesser-known issue is the land banking problem, where investors and corporations buy large sections of land and hold them instead of developing housing. This artificially reduces supply, driving up prices even further. Families are left with two choices: struggle to pay high rent or pack their bags and leave for countries where housing is more affordable. One immigrant shared, "We came here thinking we'd build a future, but instead, we're barely surviving." But even if you manage to pay for rent, what about making a decent living? New Zealand's minimum wage increases have not kept pace with the rising cost of living. While salaries remain stagnant, taxes and living expenses continue to soar. Many skilled professionals, doctors, engineers, IT experts, are realizing they can earn far more in Australia, Canada, or the UK. An IT professional with a decade of experience in New Zealand recently shared, "I moved to Australia and instantly got a 40% pay raise for the same job. It was an easy decision. But is the grass truly greener elsewhere?" While Australia, Canada, and the UK also face inflation and housing crises, they generally offer higher disposable incomes, more competitive salaries, and better tax structures that ease financial pressure on workers. Countries like Australia also provide stronger social benefits like Medicare, making healthcare more accessible. Speaking of uncertainty, there's another factor pushing people away, and if you've made it this far, consider subscribing. We bring you real insights into global migration trends every week. Many who moved to New Zealand for a fresh start are now facing an uncertain future. Recent immigration policy changes have made residency harder to obtain. Stricter visa rules, processing delays, and limited pathways to citizenship are forcing skilled workers and their families to reconsider their future. For thousands, it's an emotional struggle. Families that have spent years in New Zealand, contributing to its economy and society, now feel like they are being pushed out. Additionally, fewer immigrants coming in means labor shortages in key industries like healthcare, IT, and construction, making life harder for everyone. And those staying behind are feeling the pressure in unexpected ways. New Zealand's public healthcare system, once a major attraction, is now struggling. Long waiting lists, overburdened hospitals, and a shortage of medical staff are causing widespread frustration. One nurse from Wellington revealed, "We're so understaffed that patients are waiting months for essential treatments. It's heartbreaking." Many healthcare workers are now leaving for better pay and working conditions abroad, worsening the crisis. What many don't know is that a significant factor behind healthcare strain is the aging population. New Zealand has one of the fastest growing elderly populations, increasing the demand for medical care while reducing the workforce size. This creates a perfect storm of staff shortages and overworked professionals. And with all these challenges stacking up, it's no surprise that people are looking for better opportunities elsewhere. While New Zealand becomes more expensive and challenging, other countries are rolling out the red carpet for skilled workers. Australia, Canada, and the UK offer better salaries, lower living costs, and clearer pathways to citizenship. For many, the choice is clear. In Australia, I can save money, buy a house, and give my kids a better education. Why struggle in New Zealand? One immigrant explained. However, it's important to consider the trade-offs. While Australia may offer better wages, it also has increasing property prices and a competitive job market. Canada is struggling with its own housing shortages, and the UK has a high tax burden. Before moving, thorough research on job prospects, cost of living, and long-term stability is crucial. But let's not lose hope. There are still ways to navigate these challenges. If this trend continues, New Zealand risks losing the very people who drive its economy and shape its future. A country once known for opportunity and stability must now address the growing challenges of affordability, fair wages, and sustainable immigration policies. What you can do? Explore remote work. Many New Zealanders are now working remotely for overseas companies, earning higher wages while living locally. Leverage local support. Financial assistance programs, community co-ops, and budgeting tools can help stretch your income. Consider alternative regions. While major cities are expensive, smaller towns may offer a better cost of living and job opportunities. Stay informed. Keeping up with policy changes can help you make smarter long-term decisions. So what do you think? Should New Zealand do more to keep its residents from leaving? Drop a comment below, and if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening discussions on global migration trends.